Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Finally, things are clarified about Putin's attendance of BRICS Summit in South Africa. And supposedly they clarified the declaration of war in case Putin is arrested by South Africa. All right, so we're going to have three articles here. One from the Russians, the other ones, I think, from the Ukrainians, and the other ones from the French. And somehow from the Americans. I don't think the Ukrainians are. The Russians are the French, Agence France Presse, and Reuters. So let's start with this one. So this is from today, the 19th of July 2023. Russia's Putin will not attend BRICS Summit, South African president says. Russian President Vladimir Putin will not attend a BRICS nations summit in South Africa next month, the country's presidency said on Wednesday, ending months of speculation. Putin's potential visit has been a thorny diplomatic issue for South Africa. No, it wasn't. The Russian leader is the target of an International Criminal Court arrest warrant, a provision that Pretoria, as an ICC member, would be expected to implement were he to set foot in the country. I think it's Russia's Putin schedule, and that prevents him mainly to show up. But I will explain. And I'm quoting, by mutual agreement, President Vladimir Putin of the Russian Federation will not attend the summit, but the Russian Federation will be represented by Foreign Minister Mr. Sergei Lavrov, end quote. Vincent Magwenya, a spokesman for President Cyril Ramaphosa, said in a statement. I think that, and I have the other two articles, I think Putin will not travel because of the distance and the risks associated with that travel. He needs to be in the air for a lot of hours, and I don't think that's going to happen. Being in the hours, traveling so far around so many countries, you don't know what crazies can do, and you're not going to go over there with the Russian army next to you. So that's not going to happen. And also, when you leave the country, a lot of things can happen over there. You might never return. Or if you return, you're going to be incarcerated or shot dead right on the airport. So I don't think he's going to take this risk. It happened before, and the situation in Russia is not really the calmest that it has ever been. I think a lot of things are not clear still. It's still some issues that are not kept in check or under control. We'll see. That's, I think, is the main one. Well, the other one probably said, well, you know what would be make a point? Maybe, I don't know, maybe the South Africans said, you know what, don't put us in this kind of situation where we will not arrest you, but we're going to get in trouble with the other weasels. They would not have arrested Putin if he, let's say, were to show up. I guarantee you that 99%. Probably would have been a stupid situation at the airport, not allowing him to get off, but I don't think they would anger Russia or humiliate Russia in such a way. For whom? For the other guys that kicked them in the balls for so many years? I don't think so. So let's go back to the article here. So the decision follows, and I'm quoting, a number of consultations held by Ramaphosa in recent months, the most recent of which took place last night, end quote, Magwenya said. South Africa is the current chair of the BRICS group, a gathering of heavyweights that also include Brazil, Russia, India, and China, which sees itself as a counterweight to Western economic domination. You got that right. Putin was formally invited to BRICS Summit due to take place in Johannesburg between August 22 and 24. But Pretoria has been under heavy domestic, I don't think so, and international pressure not to host. International pressure from 193 countries. How many countries put pressure on South Africa, do you think? International pressure. So on this planet, or in this group, in this neighborhood, we are 193 houses. How many houses or households put pressure on Gigi? 3, or the usual number of 40, which is the weasels from the U.S.'s plantation. There's no more. And remember, 40 countries or 50 countries at the most are what? 1/4 of the whole neighborhood. So is that international pressure or a quarter, 1 out of 4? If you say, well, we won, yeah, man, it was one, we scored one time, they scored 4 times. Did you win? I mean, you say, we kind of put pressure on this game. How in the fuck you put pressure when it's one and they scored 4 times? They fucked you up. That's more like it. It's unbelievable how these weasels use words here. So, all right, let's go to the next article, which comes from Reuters. Kremlin says it did not tell South Africa that Putin arrest would mean war. I made a video yesterday with allegations, statements supposedly coming from Cyril Ramaphosa, the president of South Africa, saying that he was kind of told by the Russians that the arrest in Putin will mean a declaration of war. That was according to accredited sources, not me making up stuff here. And it says this: Moscow, Russia did not tell South Africa that arresting President Vladimir Putin on an arrest warrant from the International Criminal Court would mean war, the Kremlin said on Wednesday. Well, you can say, where they're lying. Okay, well, I'm just saying what they said. Shortly after the Kremlin's comments, South Africa said that Putin would not attend the summit of the BRICS group of nations in South Africa in August by mutual agreement. And we got the last article from Sputnik: Putin to take part in BRICS Summit in South Africa via video link. So he's going to be there, not in person, but Lavrov will be over there. So Russian President Vladimir Putin has decided to participate in the BRICS Summit via video conference format, and Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov will be present at the event, Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov told Sputnik on Wednesday. And I'm quoting, President Putin has decided to participate in the BRICS Summit via video conference. He will fully participate in the work. Minister Lavrov will be present at the meeting to shake hands, end quote, Peskov said. So the summit will be attended by the leaders of Brazil, India, China, and South Africa. By mutual agreement, Russian President Vladimir Putin will not attend the summit, but Russia will be represented by the country's foreign minister Sergei Lavrov, the office said in a statement. When asked, and I'm quoting, when asked to comment on the matter, Russian Foreign Minister spokeswoman Maria Zakharova told Sputnik that high-level meetings are traditionally commented on by the presidential administration. End quote. So, that's going to be in August. Well, I'm glad things got cleared to a certain extent. Supposedly, now the last, how should I put it, scenario, or however we want to call it, the Russians did not threaten South Africa with war if they arrest Putin. First one, the second one, Putin will not attend physically, only via video link. Sergei Lavrov, the foreign minister of the Russian Federation, will be over there shaking hands and smiling. And I have full confidence that Sergei Lavrov will behave as he behaves as a great diplomat. Yes, I said great diplomat, because he is. You like it or not, that's it. And Blinken, just to put or Baerbock of Germany, and it used to be Liz Truss of Great Britain. Where is she now? What kind of is she sucking? Anyway, here it is, my friends. Yesterday in the video and another video that I made about BRICS and Putin's attendance or lack of, I said I give Putin 50% chances that he would go to South Africa for the reasons I already mentioned. And I could have given more than that, but I said, I don't have any evidence to, it could have been going either way. But it's good that they didn't. The Russians still, according to the Russians, or at least this is my interpretation of what they're doing, they still try to accept they're killing, their war crimes, they abduct children, they're criminals and so on. They still try to keep a facade, or at least abiding by the international law. So if that warrant was issued, even though they're not signatories, they could be seen right now as, they take the high road and they don't want to embarrass or create a situation for South Africa. Or you can say, well, he was a weasel. He was afraid. Yes, the ICC works. That obviously empowers in some brains the ICC control or power and authority. Yes, we're so strong that we made him stay home. Ha ha, yes, let's drink some whatever, schnapps. Well, as I said, people celebrate, and we'll find out what's going to be next. Remember, the prosecutor, I think, was it the prosecutor who issued the warrant, or at least from ICC, one of these weasels, has a arrest warrant issued by the Russian court. So we'll see how that weasel is going to be abducted, or at least he shits his pants. He wears diapers now. He was like, well, whatever. Money is king. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.